Now, KCAU 9 News starts with your forecast first.
Good afternoon, Siouxland. Thanks for being with us on this Wednesday. We've had overcast skies today, a couple of sprinkles on the radar as we check conditions now on the North Star Community Credit Union camera. This is stationed in Cherokee. As we check the radar picture, you can see that we've had that dense deck of cloud cover throughout the day. It looks like as we head through tonight, that should start to get scraped away with some more sunshine, making a comeback tomorrow. Temperatures on the cooler side of things in the 40s, but a nice warm-up is coming soon. We'll tell you all about it in the 9 on 9 forecast coming up. KCAU 9 News at 5 starts right now.
We are Siouxland Proud. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us on your Wednesday. I'm Sophie Erber. The nation's highest court heard its first major gun rights case today in more than a decade. It centers on a New York law that restricts people from carrying a gun in public for self-defense. And our Washington correspondent, Jesse Chanur, reports on that debate now in our top story at 5.
I lost a piece of me, but the fight won't let me stop.
Gun violence victims and their loved ones shared their stories in support of the gun law before the U.S. Supreme Court Wednesday.
We don't want to take your guns, but we need a law to save our children.
They say New York's strict regulations of concealed carry permits prevent more Americans from being shot and killed at places they should feel safe going, like a grocery store, a park, or a school.
We have a right to do so without the fear that our life will be ended by a bullet.
Some of these could have been prevented by, people having the right to defend themselves.
Gun rights advocate Katie Novotny has never had to use her gun in self-defense, but says she deserves the option.
Self-defense is a civil right.
Novotny argues New York's law takes that right away without reducing gun violence.
It has just made it more difficult for law-abiding citizens to practice their Second Amendment right.
The justices heard a similar debate from inside the chamber, where some of them questioned where exactly people should be able to defend themselves.
If you're out in the woods, it's pretty unlikely that you're going to run into someone who's going to rob you on the street.
Chief Justice John Roberts suggested the law goes too far, but Justice Stephen Breyer questioned whether guns belong at locations serving alcohol.
There are plenty of statistics in these briefs to show there's some people who do know, and a lot of people end up dead.
What the court ultimately decides could impact other state laws across the country. In Washington, Jesse Chanur, KCAU 9 News.
Meanwhile, John Deere and the UAW did not reach an agreement with their latest deal. The union says 55% of its members at the 12 main plants voted against this latest contract offer on Tuesday of this week. John Deere now says it was, quote, their last, best, and final offer, end quote. A union source says there is nothing new on further talks. Strikers say they have to hold their own.
A lot of us made our own decisions on whether to vote yes or no. I mean, I held no ill whether way you voted. I mean, it's, your own freedom of opinion and how you feel comfortable in life right now, where this contract holds in your life.
A separate group of roughly 100 workers in the state of Colorado and Georgia voted to accept an identical contract. Partnerships between youth organizations and the Sioux City School District could be coming soon to Siouxland, and this all thanks to the ESSER 3 round of funding that's provided by the American Rescue Plan. Sioux City schools were allocated $38.9 million and say they will use 40% of that funding to help address the learning loss from COVID-19 through what they call evidence-based interventions. That includes after-school programs and increased summer school activities. And Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds is promising to help more people and tackle Iowa's child care crisis tonight. During a news conference today, Reynolds addressed some of the recommendations of a recent report compiled by her child care task force. This includes help for employers that want to provide child care for its workers. She says Iowa leads the nation in the share of households where both parents work and on average spend more on child care than on housing. Still, child care facilities are finding it harder to attract workers, with jobs averaging about $9 an hour.
We're announcing today that the Department of Human Services will provide up to $200 million in federal funding for stabilization grants that will assist eligible child care providers like Sprouts who can verify financial loss due to the pandemic.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, more than $137 million in state and federal funding has been allocated to support child care. That's statewide. The CDC tonight recommends the Pfizer vaccine for everyone ages 5 and older, but the Siouxland District Health Department says it has not yet received those pediatric-sized doses. A shipment of 4,500 doses are expected to be received sometime this week. The SDHD says those vaccines can be administered as soon as they arrive. It will be available at area medical providers and local pharmacies, as well as at your local health department. Health officials say the shot can be given out without regards to timing of other child vaccines. A Siouxland City is welcoming visitors in a big way this holiday season. Lamar's newest sign is 21,000 pounds of steel. That's almost as heavy as your average school bus. The structure stands at more than 20 feet tall and about 80 feet wide. Mark Catton is the project integration manager, and he says the idea for the sign came from Wells Enterprise to catch people's attention.
What they'd like to do is kind of elevate the visibility of this town. We like to make people feel welcome.
That sign will be complete by the end of this week with lights and a holiday banner added shortly. Pretty cool. Time now for our first check on the weather. Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson standing by. And Scott, I would have said a week or so ago it didn't quite feel like we could be anywhere near the holidays, but that changed today. Cloudy and kind of cool across most of Siouxland.
Yeah, temperatures were pretty steady with what we experienced yesterday, Sophie, but the clouds did make a difference. It didn't feel quite as warm out there. With those overcast skies, we were able to climb to 50 this afternoon in Sioux City, 47 Cherokee, 53 in Yankton. Overnight lows look to hover right around the freezing mark as we will slowly clear out the skies. We should expect to have some beautiful weather coming soon, as it looks like we'll heat up nicely as we enter the weekend with 60s Friday, Saturday, and likely extending into the back half of the weekend too. We'll have more details on that. And when a cool down arrives too, it's all in the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
All right, thanks, Scott. A Sioux City water main has been repaired tonight after it broke this morning, causing low to no water pressure in certain areas. That break happened at the corner of Sully and Andrew Avenues. Officials say residents of the Bridgeport Industrial Park and Southbridge Business Park areas were the most heavily impacted. Again, water pressure has been fully restored this evening. And with colder weather on the way, more people are spending more time inside. For those who want to make sure their air is filtered and fresh, houseplants can be part of your solution. One of the most common ways to make sure the air is well filtered in your home is by buying an air filter, of course, but plants are helpful too in increasing your air quality. Some plants can serve more than one purpose, like aloe. The best plants for keeping the house clean are some of the easiest plants to raise.
The most favorite is the spider plant. It's great. Anybody could take care of a spider plant. It's very easy. It's very easy to grow babies, so you can multiply them.
Nalini says that spider plants are great, especially for anyone looking to get a plant with maybe not the greenest of thumbs. Other plants, like ivies, are easy to raise as well. Well, buffets and feasts bring families together for birthdays and holiday events, but it's important to keep food safety in mind so it doesn't make anyone sick. With more, here's ABC's Ike Ajachi.
As many of us get together for the holidays, there are some things to keep in mind if you're hosting a buffet. To keep food safe and bacteria-free. The FDA says hot foods need an internal temperature of 140 degrees Fahrenheit or warmer. Use chafing dishes, slow cookers, and thermometers to keep food hot. Eggs and egg dishes can be trickier. After taking them out of the refrigerator, they need to be reheated to 165 degrees Fahrenheit before serving. Another option is to use pasteurized eggs found in the refrigerator or frozen food section at the supermarket. Meantime, cold foods should be kept at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or colder. So keep cold food refrigerated until serving time, or on ice if it'll stay out for more than 2 hours. For all dishes, don't add new food to a partially filled dish. Instead, replace it with a freshly filled one. If it's a hot day of 90 degrees or more, foods can only be left out safely for 1 hour. And don't forget to encourage everyone to wash their hands. With this Medical Minute, I'm Ike Ajachi.